Thank you so much for joining me today. So we are going to be looking at scientific notation. Now, scientific notation is just to make it easier to write big numbers. So to get us started, I'm going to break it down and show you an easy way of looking at it. $400, I can write that in scientific notation. Now, the first thing I want to think about is when we're writing in scientific notation, I only want to have one digit before decimal point. So I need to move my decimal place one spot and two spots to become 4. How many spaces did I move it? I moved it 2. So 4 times 10 to the power of 2. What's 10 squared? Is 100. So what's 4 times 100? 400. Exactly the same thing applies if I go 4,000. I only want one digit. So how many spaces do I need to move my decimal place? 1, 2, 3. So I can write it as 4 times 10 to the power of 3. 10 to the power of 3 is 10 times 10 equals 100. 100 times 10 equals 1,000. 4 times 1,000 equals 4,000. So this easy concept can be used with harder numbers. For example, $4,350,000. To make that a lot simpler, I can write it as 4.35 because remember, I want to have a decimal place after one digit. I then times it by 10. How many spaces do I need? I need to move the decimal place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 10 to the power of 6. We can do scientific notation the other way as well. For example, if I have 0.1, I would like to get it so I've got one number in front of the decimal place. So I'm moving the decimal place one spot the opposite way. So which equals 1 will be my number, and I'm timesing 10 to the power of -1, which means when I times 10 to the power of -1, I'm going to move the decimal spot one spot to the left. The same thing applies if I have 0.235. I want to move my decimal spot, so I've got one number beforehand. Which means I'll write the number now as 2.35. Because I moved it one spot, it's times 10 to the power of -1. The last one I'm going to do is, if we have a really, really small number, 0.000023. I want one number to be in front of the decimal spot, so I'll have 2.3 times 10. How many times did I need to move my decimal spot place? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 10 to the power of -5. Really hope that helps you understand scientific notation. If you need any extra help, message me and I'll get back to you.